addict has ever said, when I grow up, I want to have to consider doing things I don't want to do in order to get what I need. I want a consistently poor quality of life. I want to have to shoot drugs in my neck just to achieve some failed aping of having peace of mind. I want rock bottom to be my Burning Man, my Ibiza. Addiction never starts as a seemingly endless self-serving endeavor it eventually becomes. On the contrary, it's often born out of an attempt for self-preservation, an attempt to quell illnesses many of us don't have the words to articulate, a desire to silence traumas violent and unrelenting, so many unwanted echoes on instant replay. The absolute worst thing about addiction is how it steals time, either through death or through the cycle of addiction. Decades melt away in a journey that seems to go nowhere, always on a run. An Ouroboros teething on its tail, waiting to be reborn. Addicts that pursue some form of recovery have died and come back to life, gaining everything back only to lose it again, and again in an endless cycle of death and rebirth, in the literal, spiritual, and metaphorical. Truth is, learning to sit with self requires learning to walk with oneself as a comrade in arms. I've learned that self-acceptance requires the ability to see the old you and the new you as the whole you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
These days, I'm no longer homeless, and I work as a prep cook for the organization that provides the food for the city shelters that I used to live in, and the treatment program that I used to attend, where I learned how to transition through addiction, trying new iterations of self. For after all, addiction is a spectrum. More on that later. A few times a week, I get to serve food to my brothers at the men's shelter. I was a fine dining waiter for 15 out of the 20 years that I waited tables. I get to bring that level of care, respect, and consideration to people who don't get to experience that much, if at all. That feels better than any 20% tip I used to get. I know what they need because I needed it, and still do sometimes. A sense of dignity is more curative than any balm from Gilead. As addicts, we are always setting ourselves on fire. And much like the phoenix, we are born again with every transition we make towards any form of recovery. I mean, I've personally reinvented myself so many times that Madonna's got nothing on me. Repeatedly, I have taken those delicate ashes and constructed a new self, creating a stronger and more self-aware variant to again spontaneously self-combust from fear, doubt, stress, or insecurity. But through harm reduction, treatment, therapy, and exposure to the halls, I no longer desire complete and total self-annihilation. And though I'm still working out the kinks, I have survived myself long enough to find my purpose. A few, in fact. Over the years, I've lost so much. People, places, things, and myself. What hurts the most is all the people I've lost, and what sometimes haunts me still is the survivor's guilt. I've been a near casualty of this so-called drug war on many occasions. So many beautiful souls are gone too soon. Look, I don't have all the answers, and I'm definitely not cured or perfect. I'm certainly not preaching. I just know that I have made progress. And though at times it may not look like much to you, to me it is everything. All I know is that I am still here. And instead of war stories, I'd rather tell you my story. If you'll listen.
Sigo aquí en
All I know is you still there.
Quiero contarte mi historia.
All I know is you still there. Instead of war stories, I'd rather tell you my story. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell for my content.